Tonight, protesters around our city are gathering following the U.S. capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Our Alex Almanza stopped by a couple of those demonstrations tonight. So, Alex, what are the Hoosiers demanding?
Yeah, Scott, they're calling on Indiana lawmakers to stand up to the Trump administration, saying Maduro's capture falls outside of the legal bounds. Protesters marching on sidewalks, hoping someone hears their call. It starts with one or two, then keeps growing. That's how this protest on the north side started. Dozens of U.S. Senator Todd Young's constituents showing up in front of his office. While he's out of office in D.C., the message is clear.
He needs to get out there and push back on all these things that are going on, and that's why we're here.
Shortly after Maduro's capture, Senator Young posting on X saying lawmakers need more answers and that he's, quote, eager to work with members of the Trump administration to bring clarity to the situation. These protesters joined others across the country from Chicago to Los Angeles, all demanding state and national lawmakers to stand up to the Trump administration, calling the U.S. attack on Venezuela aggression. But the Trump administration says Maduro had to go. Maduro just pleaded not guilty Monday to federal drug trafficking charges that the Trump administration used to justify removing him from power. But protesters say the administration has gone too far, and they hope their voice is heard in D.C.
Even when it seems like this stuff doesn't work, it does. But it sometimes takes more time than we want.
Across town at another protest, the signs read almost the same.
And if they tried to come up here and invade us and take our president and kidnap him, we would protest like hell. Please stand up against him.
13 News has reached out to Senator Todd Young's office in response to these protests. He did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Scott?
All right, Alex, thanks so much. Tonight at 11, the Indiana Black Legislative Caucus is now outlining its priorities for the 2026 session. Caucus members told us this all comes down to the cost of living. They call it their Working Families Winning Futures agenda. That includes reining in the price of housing, utilities, health care, and child care.
Whether it's sky-high utility rates, affordable childcare, or a housing market that often feels impossible to navigate, there are countless problems that we need to solve so that we help Hoosiers not just survive, but make sure that they thrive.
Legislators are finalizing session plans this week. Tomorrow is the deadline to file bills in the House. The deadline in the Senate is Friday.
Residents at Lugar Tower say safety continues to be an issue. They showed us inside the downtown public housing property, dirt, trash, and liquor bottles in the laundry room and stairwell, leaking pipes in their apartments. They claim they've seen violence in the apartment complex, and there are problems with drugs and people sleeping in the hallway who don't live there. One woman says her daughter and daughter-in-law were visiting her and shot outside the apartment Friday night.
Very, very scary because she drove them to the hospital. And because I heard the gunshots in my apartment. It was 5 shots. And I didn't know, where it came from or what the case was. And then she told me that they had got shot.
Now, at the backdrop of all of this is a lawsuit that residents have filed. They want 24/7 security here. According to court documents in that lawsuit, IMPD has received close to 900 calls over a span of 2.5 years from January 2023 to June 15th, 2025. I talked to Downtown District Commander Shane Foley about this today, about their responses, and he says they are stepping up patrols. You'll be able to see more of that interview right now on WTHR.com.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A judge in Marion County will sentence a man next month for his role in a deadly drive-by shooting. Under this deal, 19-year-old Tyler Gibson will get a 35-year prison sentence. 25-year-old Adam Hart died in the shooting at a home near 21st and Midhofer. Investigators say Hart was not the intended target. Tonight, a Canby man is charged after investigators say he shot and killed a man on the southwest side of Indianapolis. 22-year-old Kimari Fagan is facing several counts, including murder. Police say Fagan shot 21-year-old Logan Newman last month after they got into a fight inside of a car. A trial is now set for March. Tonight, Indiana Representative Jim Baird and his wife are in the hospital after a car crash. Their son said that someone hit their car in Washington, D.C. and then left. Right now, police are looking for the driver. Baird represents Indiana's 4th district. A spokesperson says the 80-year-old is expected to make a full recovery. Tonight, school leaders confirmed that Martin University will close its doors for good. A statement from the Board of Trustees says the Higher Learning Commission told them to cease operations after they paused them last month. Board members say lower enrollment, increasing costs, and debt left them without operating cash. According to the university, several schools are now working to match tuition for students wanting to transfer. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.